Hi, my name is Vickitora Jean Louise, and the title of my design is Garden Fantasies. My inspiration for this year's adaptive theme design was to incorporate more like of a sexy feel into adaptive lingerie. While researching, I noticed that a lot of the adaptable lingerie that was provided to people with disabilities were kind of like simple cut, straight to the point. And I wanted to incorporate more sexiness, more comfortability, and like more of just an elegant feel to it. The color palette I chose for my garment was an array of greens and a bit of blues and like a mint green, mainly because that reflects my theme, garden fantasies, and my mood board. Um, it gives me a really like garden flowery feel, and I really want the people that are wearing my garment to feel as if they're in a garden themselves and just relaxing out and like being serene, even if they're in their own home. Um, my color process that I used, all of our fabrics came white. So I hand dyed all of my fabrics to the green and my lace mint green. Um, what I did first was I like took cut swatches and like figured out what color I wanted individually for each piece of fabric that I was going to use. And I eventually ended up using a more ombre effect with my fabrics. One fabric is one color and another fabric is a similar but still a different color, just to add more fun and like to feel more gardeny and you know green. I like the color green. Um, so the components I used were the main like body of my fabric were the donated fabrics that I got from the suppliers who donated to us, which I'm very thankful for. Um, I mainly used the sheer jersey knit that was provided throughout the whole body of my garment. My top is made out of my stretch lace that I did buy, mainly because I needed like a stretch lace and I was given a rigid. Um, but my stretch lace I use for my my bralette and my garter belt. And then everything else was the sheer jersey material. I decided to use those because I felt like they would conform to a person's body without any added darts or like any extra heavy material, since I was gonna use magnetic snaps as closures. So I wanted to keep most of the garment as light as possible and not add any heavy factors. I also decided to use these two because of the comfortability. They're very soft against the skin and like won't cut you or anything, which was what I was looking for to create my garments. I added a lot of elastics, mainly. In my middle centerpiece, I added a ruffle trim to just give it more of a gardeny, girly effect that I was going for. Um, in my bralette has a centerpiece ring, and attached to that centerpiece ring are elastic straps. The centerpiece ring is kind of like a statement piece, um, just to like pull the whole design together in garment, but it's also used for adjustability to be able to move the straps from left to right, from one shoulder to another, or just keep it, as is. Um, so Usually while I was sewing the garment, I mainly used to clean finish a lot of the elastics that I did use were zigzag stitch and just like, simple zigzag stitch. I had to create my own my own plackets for the magnetic closures. So I had to hand stitch magnetic closures, the closures onto the one of the fabric that it was provided. Um, and I had to figure out a way to make sure that it closed and stayed together. Um, Another thing I did was put boning into the middle center of my garter belt to make sure that it was constructed well, it would stay up and it wouldn't fall apart when a person put it on. And the magnetic snaps are also in the center front closure and in the middle, um, just so it's easier for people with disabilities to be able to put it on and take it off. All the pieces of my garments has magnetic snaps on them, just for accessibility, adaptability, and just like for anyone to be able to, like, without thinking much about it, put something on, take it off, because most lingerie is very complicated with little buckles and snaps to put it together. So I just wanted to make it easier for everyone else. Um, yeah, my goal for this whole theme and my whole garden fantasy theme was just to bring sexiness and elegant to the people that really wanted sexiness and elegant, to disabled people that felt like it was missing out in their lives, or just like they felt like they weren't given enough products and small things like that that they would want to buy, and instead of them having to go online and go to a company that doesn't cater to their needs, I would want to make something that already caters to their needs, where they don't have to think about it, they just have to make sure, oh, do I really like this or not. Yeah, so thank you for allowing me to be in this competition, and I'm very glad to be here, and actually very glad to think about more about adaptive wear and incorporate that in my future designs whenever I'm making something for a company. Thank you again.